everyone. Welcome to Schematic Precision Weekly Forex Forecast. Let's jump onto the charts and see what we have for the upcoming week. Starting with the Euro USD, and on the daily, if we can see the current price action for just the update. As per the higher time frame price action, this high around 1.14820 is my inducement for monthly time frame. But that's monthly and we are not positional traders, so we are not going to focus right now for that target for the bullish market. Let's jump on to the weekly scenario, what next week can happen. So as per the daily, the things are have changed. As we have seen, price have been bullish on daily. This was our one of the break of structures. Another one was here. And after all these daily break of structures, if I mark daily BOS, and this is also our daily BOS, and after that, what has happened? Market has broken below the low. That means this is our daily talk. So we have daily change of structure, and after the change of structure, what we have to see in the market. First of all, we need inducement, and the inducement is here. After we took the inducement in the market, we have only two POIs which we have to focus on, because market will give you multiple POIs. If I mark here, the one instant POI is here, which we call decisional, and which is a valid POI. This is the decisional POI, and the multiple POIs people mark is one POI is this for the SMC traders. One POI is this. One POI will be this. As you can see, every POI will give small reaction or a little bigger reaction. Like in this first case, which was the decisional POI, we have the reaction and the move then ahead for the continuation. Why this decisional POI didn't hold and market went down? Because a lot more buy side liquidity was there for the market to hold. So every time market mitigates any POI and shows some reaction and breaks it again, that shows we had some more liquidity to be grabbed on buy side. So same thing happened here. Market went up with this three wave pattern. If you can, I'll show you on lower time frames. Mitigated this POI, gave us the reaction, mitigated, then this order flow continued higher, mitigate this shadow of the candle, and we have a reaction again. And why is this reaction so corrective and so big? Because this whole move is a single leg move. We don't have any pullbacks, valid pullbacks, or any area we can consider as inducement. So here, this is our inducement as per daily time frame, right? So, and here the inducement was this. So market broke this structure, came down, took the inducement, again went higher, broke this structure, came down to take this inducement, and now going higher. So as per daily time frame, what is the conclusion? Market should go higher. Why higher? After this decisional POI, the only valid POI is the extreme POI, from which we can expect market to continue downside to break the low. which low from which we have started the correction. This all is a part of correction, right? This whole is a part of correction. We are in a correction, not in a trend. So all these POIs which got mitigated are in between POIs, which helps the market to make new structures in between, right? Internal POIs. So before we go down, as per the daily time frame, as we have this daily change of structure, I'm expecting price to go higher to mitigate this POI on the extreme on daily before we go down. This is little bit on the higher time frame. Let's jump onto the lower time frame to see what might happen on the upcoming week. Okay. So after we took this inducement, the the first high, which is this one, or you can take this one as well because whole this is one structure. So we have this change of structure here. If I mark for you, we have this change of structure here. So after this change of structure, what we have to look for now? So as we are bullish now on this time frame and we are expecting price to go higher after this change of structure, the only inducement is this, right? This is our 4 hour inducement, and after inducement the same thing we did on 4 hour we will do same thing on uh, sorry, the same thing we did on daily, we do the same thing on 4 hour. So we have one decisional POI, which is this one, right? And do we have extreme? Yes, we do have extreme POI, which is this down candle. So we have two POIs on the 4 hour for the upcoming week. One is this one decisional. We can take a short term short trade till this decisional POI, and we'll see the reaction here on the smaller time frame for the longs. If this holds, it's good. If it doesn't hold and it breaks down, then we'll wait for this POI so we can continue the buy trend to the highs. So this is one of the scenarios, and this is the exact POIs I'll be looking forward for the upcoming week. And let's go on the intraday time frame, which is 15 minute. So this was the inducement we have on 4 hour. So whatever market does here on the open in the Asian session will look how the liquidity is formed. This all is ranging market. So market can open on Monday and still can range in this. And after this build up of liquidity on buy side, market can push higher, maybe on Monday, late London session, or before the New York, pre-New York, price can push higher to take all these liquidity, then purge down to take the inducement before moving higher again in the main direction. So this is what I'm looking forward on Euro USD. Let's jump on to the another pair, which is GBP USD. And on GBP USD daily time frame, we are extremely bullish. As you can see, yep, we are extremely bullish here. So here, after this high was formed, this was the change of structure here. If I mark, this was the change of structure here after mitigation of this order block. we had this change and price continued higher, and from here to say here is just one leg, right? This hole is just one leg. We have no inducement in between, that's why this is whole one leg. And if I see the inducement, this is one of the pullbacks, but this is not valid pullback, because if you see this bullish candle and the next three or five candles are within the range of this bullish candle, so this is not a pullback. So we'll consider this is our pullback. I'll consider this as the daily inducement, and after this daily inducement, what POIs we have? We have to look for one of the decisional POIs. Secondly, we have to look for extreme POI, right? So decisional POI is one. Okay, on daily decisional should be this. Why this one? Because if you zoom in and see, this previous doji candle's low has been taken by this candle's wick, right? So we have a liquidity grab before going higher. That's why this is one of the POIs I'll consider. And other than this, I'll consider this order flow as my extreme. I don't want to see any deeper retracements. This should be enough, because yeah, everything else, this order flow is mitigated already, so it should not come lower than this. This is the extreme POI, and this is the decisional POI, and this is on daily. So before further ado, let's jump onto the 4-hour time frame and see what's happening. So on 4-hour, last week we saw some crazy moves here, and in last few days we have seen this extreme corrective pattern. You see, all this is corrective pattern building liquidity on the sell side. So that is a good thing for us, as the market has been creating liquidity on the lower side, and we have our inducement as well on the lower side. So this can be a good thing for us. And the as per this structure, this can be taken as our supply zone, as this is the extreme area here, and this is the last break of structure, internal break of structure. If you see, was the last internal break of structure. After that, and this area was the inducement here, inducement on 4-hour, and all this is corrective structure, complex pullback, if I say. And I will still expect market to continue higher to mitigate this extreme supply zone, and continue down to take this inducement at least. Taking of inducement is important more than mitigation of any POI. And why am I saying this? What price can do here? Price can go like this and just take some pips out of this inducement and start going higher the way it wants. Right? We have to look if some changes here happens, and we should not always wait for market to come into the POI and give us some change of structure and then we take a trade or plan a trade. So the inducement is more important than the POIs. Jumping onto the 15, the intraday itself, it's extremely bullish. If you can see, we had this break of structure on 15, right? And after this, we have all this as our inducement here. We took the inducement, price came down, took this extreme POI, mitigated it, I mean, and started moving higher and still has not taken this high. So until this high is not taken, this low can't be confirmed. So if I mark the market structure here, especially, this was our lower low, this is the higher high, lower low, and for the high high, we need this high to be broken, right? So if market breaks this and mitigates this supply, we will look for our shorts. If not, and if price drops down, breaks this low, which is, let me mark, if price comes down without taking this high and breaks this low, then the structure will be changed. And if we see something like this, price comes down, then we can look for shorts after taking of the inducement here and mitigation of the last supply, whatever will be that. So these are the two scenarios on GU. Let's jump onto the XAU USD gold, and one of the most traded pairs. And I have been focusing more on gold this year, especially because this is the year of elections all around the globe, and it will affect gold massively. So as we can see on the higher time frame weekly, this has been a sort of a demand area and a liquidity to pool. Every time gold comes here, it pushes higher. Last time gold came here, we saw a reaction, but eventually market came down, took all the stop losses, and then goes higher. And recently, with the war, we have seen market has pushed price higher, grab all the external liquidity which price has not been able to take from last 3 years, from July 2020. So what after this liquidity grab? I was expecting price to come lower to take more liquidity from the weekly inducement low and then took off. So I was expecting price to come lower, then go higher to the all-time highs. But as the Fed and the Biden policies are not matching, gold has been consolidating massively. The Fed is saying we are not ready to cut the rates. So that's why the market is in a confusing state right now. And initially, Fed was saying we might cut rates in January. Now the Fed is saying we 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 won't cut rates this early. So after July, means after the elections, the majority of the decisions will be taken by the Fed. What will happen with the inflation going on in the US, and how will they cut the rate? They will cut or they won't cut. So all the decisions will be taken later this year. Till then, I'm expecting market to be confused, so we can make money in that also. We can capitalize on that as well. So let's see what the technicals are saying. So on the weekly, as I said, I'm expecting price to take the weekly inducement, jumping on to the daily. And on daily, focus on this high. I marked the last high. The price took the inducement above this high and plunges down, breaking the structure. So until and unless we are below 2065 or say 2070, we are still bearish. If on the daily time frame or 4-hour time frame we see any breakup of this high, price will continue higher to the all-time highs. That can be the scenario. So until and unless, as per the current times, we are under 2070, I'm still bearish. And jumping onto the 4-hour, and I have shared this chart multiple times on the Telegram. If you are not following the Telegram, join it. Link is in the description. All my social links, everything is in the description. Do follow it. I give updates every day, weekly in the Telegram channel. Do follow it. And so after this inducement here, with this inducement, I was selling here as well, and I was expecting price to go lower, but it didn't. It respected this order flow and continued higher. Means price need more liquidity. Where is the more liquidity? Last time I shared this chart on the Telegram. This these three relative equal highs, I marked these as well. So these were the next targets, and this high is the next target. So eventually market has taken all these equal highs with this aggressive push higher. And next, I'm still expecting price can still go higher. So I'm still expecting price to go higher, take this high, which is 2044.3, and then eventually come into this extreme POI. And in this, we'll see what happens if we see any change in structures or something which changes the dynamics in the trend. Then we'll look for sells. So this will be the scenario on 4 hour. But if, as I said on daily, if this high 2065 is broken, then remember we have to buy. And the quickest way to get in the market in that situation is what market does. It will give the reaction eventually, but will break above. If it breaks above, then make sure when price again comes in this area again, this will be the supply converted into the demand, and we can again buy. But make sure price takes the inducement before going higher, because liquidity is what makes the market run. As the tagline is, liquidity is the oxygen for the market. So make sure the liquidity is grabbed. If there is a raid, we can find the trade. Jumping on to the 15. Right. So this was the aggressive move we had, and we have taken this inducement here, if I say, and the next POI is this order flow, which I'm expecting market to come, sorry, next week, to come down before again going higher. So this is our decisional, and I expect this to respect. And if it does not, then this is the extreme order flow. Price should respect before going higher. So overall, for now, I'm bullish on gold until 2045, 2060, right? And then we'll look for sells from the supply. Until unless, let it come down. Don't jump into the market on Monday. Let it move during Asia and London. We'll see what New York brings us. So best of luck for the next week. Do subscribe, do like the video, and comment below what you would like to from me. If you want any video on YouTube to tell you something, to teach you something, you can contact me on my any socials. Comment down the video how you like the video. Thank you so much. Have a great week ahead.